All right. Test.
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 3.
And welcome to the podcast, welcome to the vodcast, welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Xennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
And my name is Nick, and I'm a millennial. And we appreciate you joining us from far and wide and wherever you are. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome you. We get together weekly, 3 friends representing 3 different generations. We talk about nerd and pop culture and what other things just happen to be on the old noodle that day. So if you have not already done so, please feel free to go find us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can find links to all of those on our link tree. So Google Convincing Idiots, LINKTREE, and there you will find links to, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Our email address is up there, all that good stuff, as well as platforms where you can listen to our voices on your favorite podcatcher. So be sure to go back and past episodes and hear more of Dean Belches and things of that nature. You can also
Nick
find
messing up words.
all of this information on our website. That's convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So head on over there, check it out, take a look, poke around, click some things, and let us know what you think. So, anyway, we're here for another week. Another week has gone by in the world, in this universe in which we currently find ourselves in. Brian,
We're older.
Speaking of the oldest, Brian, oldest goes first. Age and beauty. Brian, how have you been in these last 7 days?
Thank you very much. So, last Tuesday when we shot, God, it was only just a week ago. That was when I was caring for Mom and with her knee replacement surgery still.
And
she's back home now.
Okay,
doing
so
well.
she's healing up well. Everything's going good.
Healing well, getting around better, going to therapy 3 days a week. So she goes back.
You still on
tomorrow.
like any sort of like crutches or anything like that?
She's still using a walker. Okay. And steadying herself a little bit. So, yeah, she's doing well.
Good.
Past weekend, quality time with Allie, and beautiful evening Friday. Went out to a nice patio dinner, and then
your opinion.
What's that?
Your opinion. It was quality time. Hers, she might not.
Oh,
I'm
that's
just saying
true.
She might not use the word quality.
It was deemed of quality by Brian.
Quality for me to spend time with her, but not necessarily the way around. I agree with that. Yeah, but she got a free dinner out of it, so that's
there you go. I think you can't beat that.
Offsets a little bit.
Yeah,
that's quality. That's quality.
That's quality.
And then I went out Saturday and saw our own Keith Porter, who was on our show as a guest, but I do the It Came From Gen X podcast with Keith's band Mixed Nuts was playing out, and saw them. A lot of fun.
Cool.
They're very good. So they have another show coming up in mid-June. You can check out.
They're a lot of fun to watch live.
Yeah. Same group there, Dean, that you saw, right? So
yeah, that was a good time.
Check out their Facebook page, Mixed Nuts. They played as a variety of music. They're going to be in Massillon at Lou's Tavern. I think it's July or June 16th, something like that. But check out their Facebook page or the It Came From Gen X Facebook page, also for podcast information there. And go check out Keith if you're in the Northeast Ohio, Akron area. Check them out. So that's what I got going on. So how about you, Dean? How are you, sir?
Well, I had a pretty busy weekend. I had to go to the doctor. Got that all taken care of. It was a little, I don't know.
You keep asking the doctor to give you prostate exams, and you just won't stop showing up until he finally does.
No. He does that for free. That's on the side. That's a little side gig I have. No,
does he have a crooked finger?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what that means. Look at him get that straight. Wow. Got everything straight on him.
That's tickling all the right spots.
So we had a conversation. I'm going to mention it. We had a conversation at the beginning of the show. I did some extra editing on last week's show, and rightfully we talked about it a little bit. But there were some jokes that I edited out that maybe I shouldn't have. So we worked it out. It's all good. See, we work it out.
So we hope you're enjoying the last episode of Convincing Idiots ever.
Right. That's right.
Creative differences strikes now.
You get all the unedited stuff on the Patreon. I don't know how
creative it is. Creative is the word you want to
use. Sorry, go ahead, Dean.
No. I was at the doctor, and he said, he's like, and he says, Dean, you have to stop masturbating. I'm like, why? He said, well, because I'm trying to give you an exam. Mm-hmm. So, that was the doctor thing, and got that out of the way. And
insert rim shot noise.
Do you have to use your tongue for that? No. So let's see. Oh, Friday. We went to the Rubber Ducks game, and
I did see that. Yeah, Star Wars night, right?
And Star Wars night. And Carter got to be on. They filmed him on the jumbotron, answering movie quote, Star Wars movie quote trivia.
Nice.
So that was cool.
How'd he do?
I was just gonna ask.
He won a double XL T-shirt, so that was good.
Sweet.
Give you other sizes for these fucking kids. Double XL.
And it wasn't even a rubber duck shirt.
What was it?
I don't even know what it was. Like a bank shirt.
First it said, Energy.
Yeah, it was like on the back, and then the front it said, "This is my effing T-shirt," or something like that. It made no sense. But
I would like if I could. Does his whole body, waist, and all fit through the head hole, like the neck?
You could put him in it and tie off the ends and just carry him like the stork.
Do you have any kid size shirts for these kids contests? Fuck no. Give them the fucking double X's. They ain't selling.
No. They asked him,
fucking shirt.
The guy said, "Hey, I need some kid size shirts," and he gave him that one. They didn't think the shirt they would wear, he thought is as tall as a kid, and that's what they gave him.
Yeah.
It is a kid size shirt.
Right. Yeah.
So, give me a shirt the size of an adolescent human, please, to give to the children.
And so Nick fits in that one. So yeah, there was a baseball game was fun, and then Saturday we I'm drawing a blank.
You worked.
You went to the zoo, right? Did you go to the zoo?
That was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday was the zoo.
All right.
The zoo was fun. We got to see animals. Have you ever seen a lion's balls?
Yeah.
This picture was lame. You saw the picture I took.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought given the size of his paw, they would be bigger. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, you were unimpressed by this?
I was unimpressed by lion balls.
Did you go to Cleveland or Akron?
Akron.
Oh, yeah, I hear they're bigger. If you want to see the big nuts, you got to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, I hear they're bigger in Cleveland.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it's the size of Dean's balls for confronting me, everybody.
Right. That's right. I'll pay the price later. I'm sure.
Is that a blue light lime you're pouring yourself there, Brian?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
nice.
Blue light lime.
That is a clutch summer pick right there.
Yeah.
How do you guys do that? Like have lime in your beer? I can't do the lime.
Really?
No, it's not too overpowering.
Yeah, it's not like a Bud Light lime or anything. It's okay. I think it's a little more under the radar with the lime flavor.
And we learned last week, by the way, this is a Pilsner, which is a type of lager from Jason Porter, who taught us last week on our beer episode.
That's right.
Listen to that. Go check it out. So it's a type of lager that has the hops are more grassy and aromatic. It's just a little bit more bitter type of lager. We learned that last week. If you have not listened to last week, if you're a beer fan, go check that out. Somebody
thought there was going to be a pop quiz on this week's
episode.
Somebody listened. Paid attention and everything.
Took notes.
That's right,
man.
That's right.
So yeah, zoo and baseball games, and Yeah, Saturday I worked. Oh yeah. I just want you guys aside here. I don't care if anybody cares or not, but this is important. If you're going to change a keg, there is that black handle that you pull out and disengage. And if you don't, and you try to put it on a keg, all of that beer will spray right in your face.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and cover you. Yeah, I did that with cherry blonde, and it looked like I'd killed a man. I was just covered in red beer and splotches, and yeah. So
I had one of those at home desktop or the tabletop kegs or whatever, and the same thing. If you don't set that thing in there just so and to go through the right order of operations there, it's a fucking catastrophe.
You will get the money shot of beer.
Mm-hmm. Which, you know, of all the different money shots you could probably endure, the one from beer is probably...
That's true.
It's higher up on the list, I would say.
Right. Money shot by Brian is probably the top, but beer...
Sure. Yeah,
right.
It's not the beer's not number one spot, but it's up there.
No.
It's up there.
Yeah, you just have to get closer these days. That's all.
Just in the same power that it did in the past.
That's right. Yeah,
sure. It's more of a dripping distance than a shooting distance. If you could just
when Brian finishes his dick just goes.
It's like sitting down in the chair, like makes that noise. Yep.
There we go.
The one thing the joke that I remember the most when I was a kid, my dad always said, "You know why why you have the drip in your underwear?" He said, "Because your dick can't go."
All right. You've just heard either two rim shots or maybe a cricket noise. Yeah.
The second one was not my. Neither of them were my jokes. I stole them blatantly, like the hack that I am. Nick, what did you do? Come on, tell us. We're on the edge of our seats.
Yes. Not much. It was a nice, kind of low key weekend. We didn't really do a whole lot. Friday night, we ordered out, went and got some burgers from Hodges, which was fan-fucking-tastic. Delicious burgers.
Jealous.
Yeah, went and had Hodges and watched a movie for our family night, which I'll be bringing up in my idiot review. So that was a nice night. Saturday, I hung out most of the day Saturday in anticipation of the Spectrum internet guy to show up, and which he did. And installed me some internet. They said it would be twice as fast as what I had with AT&T. It's super duper not, and so I probably won't be hanging on to it. I don't know. No, it did get better, but it's still like for as much. I mean, we stream everything. We don't have cable. We haven't had cable in years. It's probably been 5 years. We stream everything, so it's just very and slow, and it's not gonna make the cut. It's not gonna set the needs that we have, our family streaming needs. So, but that was about it. We went over. Neighbors had a bonfire and stuff. Went over there and hung out, and Carter came over for a little bit on Saturday evening. Got to hang out with us, and that was cool. So
I saw you.
I seen
Carter up.
I seen you. And then Sunday we went book hunt. We went to Barnes and Noble and stuff like that, and ran around. We did some book hunting. So Oliver, my youngest, is just graduated.
Taught you how to read?
He has, yeah. He's graduated from kindergarten, and my oldest son Lane has always been a very good reader, and he was probably in second grade and he was reading through Harry Potter books and stuff like that. So he's always had an aptitude for reading and a love for it, which I'm ecstatic about. So now, ever since we went to see that Bad Guys movie, Oliver, post last day of school, I took the boys to Barnes and Noble. They each picked out a book, and he flew through that. He read that book by himself in like 2 days, and he was all about it. And it's actually really perfect for a kid of his age and his reading ability, because it's showing him a lot of different words that he's sounding out, finding out for himself. But it's not an overwhelming amount. It's not like chapter books. So there's just a little bit, little passages on each page with pictures, but it's, pretty thick book, and, he made his way through there. So I told him as much as he wants to read them, I'm trying to encourage that. As long as you keep reading through them, I'll go keep buying you the next one and the next one and the next one in the series. So we went back to Barnes and Noble and got the next book there, and went out for dinner at Olive Garden, the four of us, and nice little night. So that's about it. Yeah, nice little family weekend.
Very good.
Perfect. All right,
You guys want one more joke? One quick joke?
Please,
right.
can we? Since
When I was working at the bar, right, the other night.
You're just making more editing for Brian to have to do. I don't know why you're doing this.
No, this old lady comes up to me and she says, "Do you like dirty jokes?" I said, "Sure." So, I'm holding a can for people that aren't watching on YouTube. If so, you're listening. And she does this. She's rolling it in her hand. Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "What is that?" I said, "I don't know." She goes, "It's Dorothy giving the Tin Man a hand job." That was an old woman who told me that joke. So
yeah, nice.
All right. Anyways, go ahead, Brian.
Nice joke, you dirty old broad at the bar.
Right.
Nice job.
Right.
There you go. How'd you get a can at the bar?
We have seltzer in the coolers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Nick, you already mentioned you saw something. Why don't we roll into some idiot reviews? Start with you, sir.
Sure. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys knew or not, but on Disney Plus, Friday, I believe it was just released Friday, Chip and Dale, the live action movie came out. Okay.
I was wanting to see that.
So like, here's the deal. I saw the previews for it, and I'm like, I'm sure that's a movie we'll watch with the kids. You know, like they seemed interested in it, and I'm familiar. You know, we've all seen the Rescue Rangers, probably, or
right.
At least Chip and Dale in the Disney cartoons. But I didn't really.
Do you realize how disappointed Nick was when it was not the right Chip and Dales he thought was going to be on the screen?
They referenced that. Yes, they referenced that actually. Yeah. So even though it was not the movie that I was hoping it would be, it was so fucking good. It was one of the best kids movie. It's certainly the best kids movie I've seen in quite a while.
Good.
But it was like, and maybe I'm partial to it because it's nostalgia city, and like the plot line of it. First of all, Chip and Dale are voiced respectively by John Mulaney and Andy Samberg,
right?
And so a lot of John Mulaney's humor and just his delivery with things as Chip and things like that it's so funny. Just the cadence between them, the things that they say, the references, and it like absolutely blew my mind just how many properties Disney owns now. Like, because it's the whole movie is it's like did either one of you see Ready Player One?
Yes.
Yep.
So you know how that was like a mishmash of basically everything Steven Spielberg and everything, that like just anything and everything you can imagine was thrown in that movie. It was that, but with like my childhood. It was like, and all these different properties that, like I said, I didn't even realize Disney had the rights to. But the voices in it, the plot is fantastic because it's just a very realistic take on a very silly cartoon atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's very good without giving it too much away. Like, for example, this is not giving anything major away, but in Chip and Dale, when you see them, Chip is the traditional drawn animated cartoon style, and Dale is like,
do they explain why?
Yes.
Okay.
So in this world, they're like coexisting with people. They're like celebrities. They do Comic Cons, and the Rescue Rangers. It's like they are like in our society, but because Dale kept trying to keep his career alive, he had what they called like a computer animated surgery or a CGI surgery. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. So he had that done, and Chip's still the natural, like whatever. But it's just it's very funny. I urge anyone to go see it because you don't even have it's enjoyable without children around. Like it's just a fun watch.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I forgot all about it.
It's silly, and the interactions between the characters are great. Who ends up being one of the main bad guys, and the story behind him is just fantastic. Like, it's so good. Just go watch it. Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. I've actually already watched it twice, but yeah, it's I very much enjoyed it.
All right.
So Seth Rogen is like the aging, overweight Peter Pan, like the middle-aged Peter Pan. It's pretty funny.
He's actually Seth Rogen is he kind of works in relation to him, but he's like they go to this area of Hollywood, I guess it is, and they describe, Chip goes, "Where are we?" And Dale says, remember that weird style of animation in the early 2000s where, the animation was really good, but things were just not quite right. It just didn't look right. That's
right.
like the area they were in. And Seth Rogen is like this weird, like where he's got those dead Polar Express eyes, like because his eyes don't move.
Right.
And like, it's just very like a lot of stuff like that. Just a lot of really good references. And the way that they just kind of tie it all together and make it almost like a realistic situation off of something that's so silly as cartoon characters. Like, it's really good. It's actually almost like a modern day Roger Rabbit in a lot of ways too.
Oh,
like
okay.
So
better than Tom and Jerry.
Oh God, yeah. That movie was terrible. Yes,
I liked it.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that one, but yeah, I did definitely. I enjoyed this one a lot better than Tom and Jerry. But yeah, Chip and Dale, I would give it a glowing review. It's definitely worth the watch. It's like an hour and a half.
That's right.
Yes, and he's very good. Yeah. That's what his character, the bad I go into. It's awesome. It's funny.
There you go.
So yeah, check it out. What did you guys see?
Well, I saw a children's movie as well. Mm-hmm. I had not seen this previous. It was the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
And it. Well, I'm not going to mix words here. It was dog shit. Fuck, that was awful. Johnny Depp, that was honestly the worst character I've ever seen him play. It didn't make sense. It was just fucking brutally awful. Literally, and I do not like children actors, right?
Yeah, so but, I don't like children actors. What movie would I really be appealed?
The kids. The kids. No, come on.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. No kids in that movie. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, didn't the guy that he's on that Good Doctor?
Yes.
Bates and Bates Motel. That was him, right? That played Charlie.
And he was actually he was the best part of the movie. That's what I was about to say. I'm not a fan of child actors, but he did really good. He was the best part of the movie. Everybody else is dog shit. The plot was dog shit. Visually, it's Tim Burton, so it's awesome. I mean, everything you see and stuff. But Megan said, don't compare Johnny Depp to Gene Wilder. You're gonna make you hate. You're gonna make you hate him. And actually, I didn't. I tried to keep it separate because obviously, if you watch both movies, both characters are so different, right?
Yes.
But the Johnny Depp character is just awful. It was just I did not like it. I was quite annoyed, and I went in like hoping to like it. Like it's not one of those where you're like, all right, let's see what this is. No, everything about it seemed like I like Johnny Depp. I like Tim Burton. There's no reason I shouldn't have liked it besides the shitty acting, and that's what did it.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember seeing that in the theater when it came out. I think the girl I was dating at the time.
That shit.
Yeah, she was a big Johnny Depp fan, so we went to see it in the theater. And I remember even at the time being like, it's just really fucking weird. And I don't even mean that like Johnny Depp movies and Tim Burton movies, like they are weird, but like usually they hit some sort of mark. This was weird without a purpose.
Nothing.
Like it just was kind of like, let's just be weird for the sake of being weird and like not really have an aim for it. Like it was
fun to see Christopher Lee. That was cool.
But it was. I took Peyton to go see that back in the day, because she was little when that came out. I don't remember what year it came out, but it had to have been earlier 2000s.
It was like probably 05,
I believe it was.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I even had a video game on the PS3.
Wow.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The video game's kind of fun though. It's like you go through the adventures and stuff. Yeah, but it was pretty popular back then.
I mean, fortunately, I didn't go to the theater to see it like Nick did. I got to watch it many years later because, Jesus, if I'd have done that, paid to see it, I would have driven my freaking car into a telephone pole. And if that would have happened, I probably could have called Blake Insurance.
Mm-hmm. You sure could.
Let me tell you. You like new glasses?
Oh, look at that.
I tell you, Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business. They provide insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them that these idiots convinced you to give him a call. You will not regret it.
Very good.
You will regret it if you don't call.
And then you'll die without insurance.
That is accurate.
There you go.
Just call Aaron Blake. Just avoid it all. Just call him.
That's all you have to do.
Yep. Just be proactive.
So, Brian, do you have a review?
Yeah, I've watched some shows here, and we'll get to the one I know we've all watched it, but I've watched 2 episodes so far. I'm working on the 3rd one of The Boys on Amazon Prime. So
can't wait. I got to watch that.
Yeah, so it definitely picks right up, and it's just the guy that plays Homelander. Man, that dude is so damn good.
Yes,
and he just puts you you're just uneasy all the time. He plays a crazy dude with ultimate power. There. Yeah,
he doesn't have to say anything, and you're very uncomfortable watching him.
Right. So definitely interesting series. There's a way to get superhero powers for 24 hours, so that's that makes its way into the storyline as well. If you don't have powers, but yeah, just if you like the first 2 seasons at all, you're not going to be disappointed with this season so far. Anyway, so definitely highly recommended. Again, not a kid's show whatsoever. It's very dark and violent and nudity, the whole bit. So, but definitely a interesting adult take on what if assholes had superpowers. Basically, that's really what it is. It's very good. It's greed. It's corruption. You got some people trying to do the right thing, but there are the minority. You already know what happens when assholes get their own podcast. That's right. Right. This right here. That's right. I'm also working through Stranger Things season 4. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into that. I like this season so far, but then the last couple it's got that more horror element. And the last episode I watched had the great Robert Englund making an appearance, who played Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And an extra cool thing is they mention the movie character Freddy Krueger in the same episode to play extra homage to the great Robert Englund, who turned 75, I saw this week.
I was just about to say yesterday, turned 75.
Yes, crazy. And I know we're all watching the Obi Wan series here, guys. So we're shooting this on Tuesday, June the 7th. So the 3rd episode dropped last Wednesday. If for some reason you have not seen it, then skip ahead here for a few moments. But we're going to talk about that here for a few minutes.
You're listening to a nerd podcast and you didn't watch Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've had all week. Like the new one comes out tomorrow. So it's actually kind of perfect that actually by the time you listen to it,
2 weeks
that's
behind.
true. You're right. Yep, that's even better. Good.
Yeah, so I knew it was going to be a lot more Vader in that last episode. I did not read anything on social media when I saw Vader, and I did not know that James Earl Jones was coming back to portray Vader. And as soon as he started talking, I'm like, I just was grinning like a little kid hearing the original Vader voice. Now you read, so it's not him.
It is him, but it's a composition of all the different words, just like they did for Luke Skywalker and to put together his face. And
so he didn't come down laid out a new vocal track. They just used what they had.
I don't know for sure, but in the credits it lists James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader, but it also lists the voice company that does those combination and puts together to make it sound like. So I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it is in the credits. It does list that company. So
okay. Well, if they would have tried to have a different actor come in and do it, that would have been Star Wars fan blasphemy.
Yeah.
Cannot possibly do it. If you don't have access to his voice, Darth Vader in that era just needs to die out, in my opinion. But no, when I heard his voice,
I have a feeling
I was extremely happy about that. Go ahead.
Maybe if you listen closely, maybe what that company is doing is combining Hayden Christensen's dialogue and James Earl Jones and putting it over it so well that you kind of hear Hayden in the background. Could that be a thing?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like
you.
Do we have the technology?
We do. I mean, but I'm just saying is you'd have Hayden Christensen's cadence, right? But also James Earl Jones. I mean, I don't know.
Can you imagine being James Earl Jones and like just walking around at the grocery store and being like, I am Darth Vader and Mufasa. Like that is my fucking voice. Right. Like that's just what you sound like all the time. How fucking cool would that be?
I'm sure there's different interviews with him that I think, matter of fact, I came up on my YouTube. I didn't watch it, but you could find clips of his interviews out there where he does that voice for fans. How awesome is that? Yeah, I agree with you. Anyway, so yeah, it was a very cool episode. I love seeing Vader again and Vader confronting young Obi Wan temporarily. That was pretty cool. Vader definitely gets more of the best of him, but just I don't know, just seeing them together again, that was terrific. So I'm very happy for this series so far. So, Dean, you're trying to say something? Go ahead.
Well, Nick, you said, or Brian, you said that you were smiling when you heard Vader's voice. Mm-hmm. I was like that through the whole episode. Like from the beginning shot, I just sat here smiling like an idiot. Yeah. Just all of it was so good. And let me tell you, again, I'm praising children actors here, which is so weird. But that little girl who does Leia, does a fantastic job.
Yeah, she's very good.
And Ewan McGregor, I know they're not going to do it, but that dude needs to be nominated for an Emmy for his acting in this. I mean, the distant look, that 1,000-yard stare that he has. I mean, it's just. Excuse me. It's fantastic. Get
a little choked up there, eh?
I know, right?
Sorry, but just the 1,000-yard stare. I just can't.
Brian, did you know that the mole guy who gave them a ride in that kind of pickup truck, Zach Braff from Scrubs?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
I don't know if he was in the costume, but it's definitely the voice.
Okay, very cool. Nick, I know you're taking a drink right now. Sorry. What did you think?
No. I mean, I've already said this is my favorite. Actually, this is my favorite thing that Disney's done with Star Wars so far. I think it's safe to say. Although this episode it was awesome to see them meet face to face again and have this, kind of, but it left me a little confused as to. I just think it's weird how Darth Vader is, sending out these Inquisitors and he is, searching across the galaxy far and wide to find Obi-Wan, and then he finally does, and he's face to face with him, and he's just kind of like playing this like cat and mouse game with him. Like he's not really trying to get him, like, because there's just so many scenes of, they're together, and then Obi-Wan runs away, and then there he is again. And then
I can give an insight.
The scene with the fire and things like that, where obviously he could continue.
When he rose,
using the Force, and
when he force choked him in the air, he could have just broke his neck.
Kind of lets him go. Like it's. I'm curious to see if there's going to be more that explains this plot and maybe what he's doing. It just struck me. I guess in my head, when I'm, you obviously know that these two are going to come together in some capacity. I thought maybe that might be more of a last couple episodes when they finally did meet. I thought there would be more of a search and a chase and, evading Vader and things like that. But to see them have this interaction already, you know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like, you've waited all this time. You've finally seen this guy again that you blame for ruining your life, and you're just kind of taking it easy. Like I don't know. It's just kind of a weird.
Well, That's true, but you got to think when he sensed him, as soon as he went in his presence, Vader, I'm sorry, pronouns here, Vader sensed the lack of power, the fear, all of that in Obi-Wan. He felt how pitiful he was. So now he realizes, I can really just do what he did to me. I could just torture him for years if I wanted to. He is so pathetic. So that's why he did it. That's why he let him go at the very end and let that droid pick him up and carry him away. He's like, I'm going to get him in a couple days and do this again. I could do this fucking all day long.
Yeah.
And that's his plan, I think. Is that he knows he thinks that Obi-Wan is so
He
weak.
He wants to torture him.
Yeah, in every little way. And the fear is part of that torture. That, okay, go on. Now you know what I can do to you. You really know what I can do to you. There's no more fear. You now have a legitimate fear. And I'm coming for you, motherfucker. So I think that's what's happening.
You think they'll explain that maybe, there's still some, feelings there as far as they were good friends for so long. Maybe somehow that's why Vader held back a little bit, because I don't know. Is there going to be any moment in this series to where, listen, I have mutual respect for you, but I got to come after you. I got to avenge myself. And then they split up. And then we know that years later in A New Hope, when Ben's an old man.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
My question is, like, all these Disney shows, or at least Star Wars wise, has one big oh shit cameo. Who or what is it in this? What are your predictions, guys?
Well, by looking through now on Disney Plus, they have the timeline as they have had with Marvel, so it'll tell you what to watch.
Well, don't give it a legitimate spoiler.
Well, I don't know.
Okay,
but there's a character that is near and dear to my heart that was brought in randomly a few years ago in a movie and has been in other content and has a bit of a history with Obi Wan Kenobi, that, judging by the timeline that Disney gives you, would still be alive at this point.
Are you hoping Salacious Crumb is in this?
No. I mean, I am. I'm always hoping Salacious Crumb is in everything Star Wars that ever is on. But no, Darth Maul is what I.
Oh yeah.
He would judging by, like I said, where Disney Plus puts the Obi Wan Kenobi series.
Sure.
He has not been killed for the last time by Ben yet. That happens in Rebels, and this is before that. So he's
like a week before New Hope starts or some shit.
Darth Maul is still alive in the timeline where Disney Plus puts Kenobi. So since they brought him into the end of Solo, I've always just been like, they're going to put him in something. And he's got I don't know what other character you're going to tie him to. I mean, other than if you just have a series about him like you did one for Boba Fett. I mean, I don't know who you're going to, you know what I mean? That's your guy. That's he's living to just, like, that's all he wants. That's the only thing keeping him alive to go after Ben.
All right, real quick. Now this is way out there, but since Boba Fett show, you now know if no matter what happens, and they're gonna probably, the Grand Inquisitor is probably gonna be this also, because he survives into the cartoon series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have the modification, the bod mods. So Maul could still be alive after. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Disney could go ahead and go.
Yeah,
he got modified.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Maul was alive, and he was alive at the end of Rogue One still, which is a little bit later, or it's in the same.
That was
somewhere in this.
Solo. Yeah.
Was it Solo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in Solo because that's who they were answering to. He
takes over Crimson Dawn.
That's right. You're right.
After the Mandalorian conflict there.
Well, we'll definitely see Qui-Gon Jinn's ghost, right? He'll come back as a Force ghost. He has to do that, right? Liam Neeson.
I would.
Yeah, he'll be there.
It depends on how much canon they're reaching on, because in canon story, Qui-Gon was never able to project himself as visual. It was only by voice.
Okay.
I mean, they could retcon that and just, kind of blow that away. But in the books, which are canon, he was not able to manifest as a full spirit. It was only the voice from beyond.
I want to see Ben communicate with Yoda on Dagobah. That's what I want to see that too. That'd be cool.
All right, I got one.
Go ahead.
Because you have already seen, remember the scene in the desert where he sees Anakin unburnt in the vision of standing there like, some weird creepy guy. I think Natalie Portman's coming back.
Think
some sort of dream. Maybe he's about to kill Obi-Wan and he sees her as a vision or something, and it stops him. And then Ben, it's kind of like that Rocky thing where he's getting beaten down, and then he uses that moment of him seeing Padme and just being freaked out, and then bam, Obi-Wan comes back, just lightsabers blazing, almost beats him. Somehow, some way, they have to separate. See A New Hope. Yeah. And scene.
The sky's really the limit with this series, because they've got so many things they could pull from. Many things. You know what I mean? Like, they really... It's... I don't know. I just hope that... At the same time, though, I want to like kind of pump the brakes a little bit with my expectations, because I don't want to hope for too much. And then like when something doesn't happen, you're like, okay. Like, I thought like in like Boba Fett, I don't know what I thought, but I thought there would be more somehow. But like Cad Bane was pretty much the pinnacle of that whole
right.
Oh wow! And then his presence in the show on the whole was a little bit underwhelming in my opinion.
It was.
But but I mean, so I don't want to set myself up too high only to be disappointed. But Brian, we haven't gone around the table to you yet. What did you think of, or did you start?
He started.
No. Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. No,
talked so many circles around it. Yeah.
That's okay. No. I'm very happy with this series so far. Yeah, like you said, it's
Is there a specific cameo you're looking for or would like to see?
Well, like I said, I'd love to see Yoda make an appearance as he's on his self-banishment to Dagobah, and I guess like I said, Qui-Gon Jinn would be cool.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to see that. So
I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah.
I hope we get a scene of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru fucking. That's what I'm hoping for.
There you go. All right. Well, that's a fine visual.
Just gonna ride him all night long.
Yep. That's right. You talk about some blue milk, Dean. You know what I mean? That's right. Yeah.
If anybody knows how to ride anything, it's going to be fucking Aunt Beru.
There you go.
All the way to Tashi Station, I hear.
Okay. Well, you tried, Dean.
I gave him I tried to give him a setup. So what am I going to do? It's the best I can do.
Nick's nope. He's doing his segue on his own terms.
That's right.
Own terms.
Oh, is that what you were doing? Yeah, it's not time for that. No.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
I was reaching for those stupid jokes.
I was
on.
Yep, that's all right.
I'm like, what kind of reaction is he looking for that? I mean,
I'm looking for a goddamn read.
Well, you know what, Nick? That segue could go right into the compost heap.
Yeah, it can.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But what does not need to go into the compost heap and into the garbage is your own personal, beautiful countertop compost container. Okay. Fine woodwork, highly rated from our new show sponsor, Bellmark, BELLEMARK, Amazon store out there. Just search Bellmark on Amazon. It'll pull right up. You have a couple of fine products out there to choose from. You have it's a countertop compost. So if you're making coffee, you want to get some food, you don't want to throw in the garbage, you want to put it in the compost container for a while, go back and recycle, less landfill. Pick up this product, and it's beautifully crafted. You got 2 different sizes, shipped right to your home conveniently through Amazon at a reasonable price, and a very cool wall-mounted liquor cabinet. Now, you have to search both products separately, I noticed, on Amazon Prime. So you can find both, but just searching Bellmark stores.
Totally worth it.
Liquor cabinet mounts easily on the wall. You can store a few bottles in it, a good 4 or 5 bottles, has a glass rack, and it flips open to where you have a little extra counter space. So you can actually mix a drink on the shelf, look nice in your living space as a nice display. So go check them out, Bellmark. And thank you for our sponsors, Mark and Ashley Kuntz, for allowing me another opportunity to try to do a little bit better on the read this week. So
much better this time.
Yes,
Good job.
thank you
Good
very
job.
much.
Well done.
Thank you. So on the note here, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with a few pop culture headlines, and then get into the main topic this week, stuff in general that we did not appreciate as much when we were younger, but we may appreciate more now as we have gotten a little bit older. Whatever that is, whatever comes to mind.
Food, wisdom.
Drink. That's
I
right.
appreciate you two.
That's right. Yeah, you appreciate it more as you get a little older, perhaps. Yeah. Yep.
Hope you didn't misunderstand me. I said YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I appreciate YouTube.
Sure. Sure. All right. So we'll be right back in just a moment. Gen X Brian here. Xennial Dean. Millennial Nick. If you like our stuff, give us a like and subscribe, and we may just send you a Polaroid of Millennial Nick's feet.